Good day, Brunswick County. I'm Cathy Altman, President of the Brunswick County Chamber of Commerce and your host of Brunswick Chamber Highlights. We're building community and supporting business. Today's guests include Chuck Olson and Mary Lou Wong Chong, who'll discuss Toastmasters, and Gail Shipman of Beach Butler.
Time now for Brunswick Chamber Highlights on ATMC Television Channel 3. Bringing you the best of Brunswick.
Let's first welcome Chuck Olson and Mary Lou Wong Chong. Chuck, Mary Lou, welcome to today's show.
Thank you.
Very happy to have you here with us to talk about the newly chartered Brunswick County Toastmasters. Tell us what Toastmasters is, Chuck.
Well, Toastmasters was founded in 1924, and to the current time, it has had over 4 million people involved in Toastmasters.
4 million people involved
Yes.
since the beginning.
And currently there are over 113 countries that have Toastmaster clubs. The main function is to have people improve their public speaking abilities, to increase their confidence and be able to meet people and be more comfortable. And it's a type of process where we go step by step, and Mary Lou can tell you about how the steps of that runs.
Tell us about those steps, Mary Lou.
Well, as we see here, with Toastmasters wear many hats, and there are so much opportunity for somebody to learn and at the same time have fun. The things that we have at Toastmasters in our meeting is, first, you can learn to be a Toastmaster, just like what you're doing. You can learn to speak. We have prepared speeches of different times which addresses different things like your eye contact, your body gestures, and your voice projections, and that is the speech part of it. Then we have what we call table topics. Table topics is an impromptu speaking, and it helps you to learn to speak on your feet. So you're not really knowing what the question is, but you can really have fun in this because you can answer the question no matter how you want to answer it, but you also have to organize your thoughts as to have the beginning, the middle, and the conclusion of that short impromptu speech.
And not only business people would benefit from Toastmasters, but high school students, especially if they're applying for grants. I remember taking a public speaking class in high school so that I could make a presentation for a grant request that I was seeking, a scholarship. So it's very invaluable for many different people with many different hats to know how to speak effectively to public. How long have each of you been involved with Toastmasters?
Well, my first contact with Toastmasters was in 1958. I was very fortunate to win a national sales contest and was invited to speak at a statewide convention. I accepted and then realized what I had done. I had put myself in a position where I had not been before. So I looked for help in public speaking, and Toastmasters was right around the corner. Lived in Cincinnati, Ohio at the time. They asked me to stand and talk about myself for a couple of minutes, and that kind of is the icebreaker where you know more about yourself than anyone else. Long story short, they helped me tremendously. Brunswick County has no Toastmasters club.
Until now.
Till now. Wilmington does, Myrtle Beach does. So the formation of one in Brunswick County is very big to us and for our community. We organized, we needed 20 members in order to formulate our charter. We started with 22. So we're growing. We're having people who are interested in becoming Toastmasters, as well as we've started a sponsor program. So we have several sponsors who sponsor people who have the desire to improve themselves. However, they may be short on funding. So these are two aspects that we hope to be talking with more people about.
Mary Lou, how long have you been involved with Toastmasters?
I have been involved more or less about 10 years, and it was just by accident because by profession I am in the medical field, a microbiologist, and public speaking was nothing that I would have probably needed at the time, but it was just by accident and persistence of a Toastmaster to get me into a Toastmasters meeting. And the first time I went into a Toastmasters meeting, I was just sitting in the back there because I didn't want to speak at all. I was so nervous. I was just really didn't have any experience in public speaking.
But I noticed you've got a designation on your badge, so that means you've achieved a level at Toastmasters.
Yes. I am a distinguished Toastmaster, which is the highest distinction that a Toastmasters club could, Toastmaster could have, and that is accomplished by going through the different manuals. You go first, you have a manual that has 10 speeches that addresses different things that you need for public speaking. Then after that, you can go to an to different advanced manuals, and that would probably take about at least 30 speeches that you go through this book as you advance and get better and better. And in addition to that, that is on the speaking part of it. In addition of it, you have the leadership skills that you are learning, and that is by being an officer of the club, by going out of the club and going into the district as area governor, division governor, and finally the district governor. And this is all part of the requirements to become a distinguished.
And of course, Mary Lou, I'm aware, and I'm sure many other people are aware, you're very involved in the community, which I would think, knowing how to give speeches and addressing the public, you're very involved with the Literacy Council as well as the Intercultural Festival right here in Brunswick County. So I'm sure you call upon your knowledge of what you've learned at Toastmasters.
Exactly. Toastmasters has helped me a lot, first of all, to have the self-confidence and the self-esteem to be able to stand out of the crowd.
And I remember, when you see people on TV and they coach people, say, oh, well, just imagine everyone in their, undergarments at a speech. That really doesn't work, because then you might start laughing and then you kind of lose your focus. But I have attended Toastmasters before, and there are some really great processes involved with learning how to speak effectively in public. And it's a phenomenal program. I want to know, where do you meet, the time, and all those specifics, so that if people are interested, and also how do they contact you?
Well, Cathy, we meet the second and fourth Tuesdays of each month. We meet at the Brunswick County Electric Company. Our starting time is 6:30. We congregate about...
And that's 6:30 p.m., not a.m.
Yes, ma'am. 6:30 p.m., and we congregate about 6:15. We have... everyone gets there and is assigned their various parts, and so we get it organized, and the gavel has to go at 6:30. We didn't have one in Brunswick County, as I mentioned before, so we're very enthused to have this one. We, as far as contacting is concerned, we're in the process of developing our own web page. For the time being, we're using my web page.
And what is that, Chuck?
It's chuck@psaraleigh.com.
Chuck@psraleigh.com.
PSA.
PSARaleigh.com.
And the phone number is 910-540-1363.
Are there dues, yearly dues for Toastmasters?
Yes, it runs about $1.50 a week.
$1.50 a week, okay.
To start out, it's $55, which gives the various workbooks and things of that nature to get a person started and organized.
And you also said that if someone wants to participate but they don't have the funding, that you have businesses that will sponsor people.
Yes, we presently have businesses who are sponsors. We're hopeful of getting more businesses that will sponsor people in the area so that we can help those that can't afford to get started with it.
Mary Lou, I know you probably would like to share some more about Toastmasters.
Yes, now I am stunned.
Now you got to pull on those resources.
I'm tongue-tied.
But that's okay, because you know how to regroup from that.
Regroup, because some people get to Toastmasters because they are tongue-tied and can't speak, and which is one of my things that when I started, and I can share this with you and with the people that are listening, that the first time that somebody asked me to say something, I couldn't say anything. My mouth was open and my sweat was coming down my
And you know, many people have that fear. They're asked to provide a speech, and you're like, yes, I'll do it. And then like you said, Chuck, you go, what have I done? I can't speak. And then you start sweating, but there are mechanisms that Toastmaster will teach you and train you of how to overcome that.
Yes, and with that first experience, it would be enough for me to say, okay, that's
it.
That's it. But my Toastmasters friends, my Toastmaster family, the people in the club, they want you, they support you. It's a positive support and a very encouraging support. So they held my hand, one step at a time, and every time I did something, one step, they pat me in the back and say, keep going, and this is what the atmosphere that we have in Toastmasters is. We want everybody to succeed, including us, because we are all learning all the time, and we learn and we have fun at the same time.
And I think it also shows both of you are professionals. You were a microbiologist. You National Sales Awards, so you've been professionals, but you had to rely on Toastmasters to get you through that so you could do effective public speaking. So I think it shows our viewers that it doesn't matter who you are, that if you want to be an effective speaker, that maybe Toastmasters would be the place to start with that process.
Well, Cathy, we're very fortunate here in Brunswick County. To start with, we have 4 past presidents. So we have the experience to lean on, giving us the direction for newcomers, and more we want people to take active parts and step up and take officer positions as well.
So the second and fourth Thursday of every month.
Correct.
At Brunswick Electric's community room, I think.
Yes.
You congregate at 6:15. Meeting starts promptly at 6:30.
Yes, ma'am.
If people want to attend a meeting, do they need to contact you, or may they just show up?
They may show up if they wish.
And of course, I know we've got the information on file at the chamber office, so if someone does have a question on those dates and times, we'll be able to give that to them.
Wonderful.
Chuck, Mary Lou, thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll be happy to keep continuing to spread the word about Toastmasters.
Thank you so much, Cathy.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Cathy. It was a pleasure, and it was such a delight, and thank you for everything that you do for the company.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Joining us now is Gail Shipman. Gail, we are so happy to have you here with us today. Welcome.
Thank you.
First, we got to introduce your mascot. Let's have his name.
Pete the Penguin.
Pete the Penguin, which ties in with Beach Butler, because look at him, he's a little butler. Tell us all about Beach Butler, how you came up with the idea, and what Beach Butler is.
Well, first of all, I guess about 3 years ago, I came to Sunset Beach for my first time, and I sat,
beautiful beach, by the way.
It is. And I sat on the front porch of my mother-in-law's beach house, and I was watching people watching. I was watching people go back and forth to the beach, and it was kind of sad because they were carrying a lot of things to the beach.
Beach chairs, coolers, beach bags, food, and then forget something, back to the car, to the store.
You got it.
And so an idea was born.
Right. And it also brought back when I would take my children to the beach. When you've got children and you've got their toys and beach balls and all this other stuff, their lunch that you've got to pack, it made me think there's got to be an easier way to this vacation. And then to add to that, my husband and I, we went to St. Lucia, and we went to an all-inclusive resort, which had butler service. And that was the only vacation that I have ever been on that I came back relaxed, refreshed, and I did not feel like that I worked the whole time.
Someone else was doing the work for you.
Exactly.
And so that's how Beach Butler, the idea, was formed.
Exactly.
And so tell us about the services that you offer. And it's not just for vacationers, it's for locals. Because, you know, we all go to the beach and lug all of that to the beach, and it's very tiring. And so people do want to enjoy their time at the beach.
Right.
So let's talk about the services that Beach Butler provides.
Well, first of all, to start out with, our logo is "We cater to you while you relax on the beach." So I started with the first service, the front door pickup service. So what Beach Butler does, you call us an hour in advance. We come to your beach cottage or your house. We pick you up. We load your chairs, your umbrellas, and things of that sort in our van, and we take you down to the beach access. That eliminates all the parking issues that all the beaches have.
So all you need is a 1 hour notice, and you'll pick them up and all of their toys or whatever they're taking to the beach, and then take it to the beach for them.
Exactly.
And take the people to the beach. That way they don't even have to look for a place to park.
Exactly. And they don't have to get that sand in their car. They get it in my van, and I get it out. But we pick them up, we take them down to the beach, and then if they want us to come back and get them, or if they're close enough, some may want to walk back to the beach. But in an air-conditioned van, I think they'll probably call and
I'm sure they will.
have us to come and
with
back
the
and
heat
pick
we're
them.
going through right now, I'm sure they would want to be in the air condition. And so, but you'll also go and get them lunch if that's what so they don't have to leave the beach. So they tell you what they want, or do you have like a different types of services that you provide for that, or different companies you work with?
If they want lunch delivered to them, they will call the area restaurants that are on the beach. They'll call their order in. They'll pay for their meal with a credit card or however they want to pay for it. And then they'll tell the restaurant that Beach Butler will be there to pick the food up. And then we will go there, pick it up, and bring it to them. And then the whole time, they don't even have to move. They enjoy the beach.
That is a phenomenal concept. And I know you're being successful because you've already got 3 vans, I understand. 1
van on each beach.
1 van on each beach. And right now you're servicing which beaches?
Sunset Beach, Holden Beach, and Ocean Isle Beach.
And I'm sure as the business grows, you'll probably expand that service to include more areas of the county and the different beach areas as well.
Definitely.
And just recently, congratulations to you on winning the first annual Entrepreneurial Open as presented by the Small Business Center of Brunswick Community College.
Thank you.
I was very happy to be part of the audience and got to hear your presentation. And you won a mighty hefty check here.
I did.
Tell us about that process. And you won $5,000 to help your business, and you can use that in a variety of ways.
I sure can. There were, I think it was 7 different counties over 50 participants that entered their business idea along with their business plan. And out of those 50 participants, I was chosen as one of the 8 finalists. And then last Wednesday, we presented our business plan, our whole concept of our business. It was an 8-minute presentation, and I won first place.
And congratulations, but I also learned in that presentation, you also will pick people up from the airports.
Exactly.
Wilmington, Myrtle Beach. Tell us about that. Are you getting a lot of action on that? Are people taking advantage of that service?
They certainly are. Actually, this morning I picked up a person from Myrtle Beach Airport, and then at the same time I had a driver or Butler to pick up someone else from the Wilmington Airport.
Now, do your staff, do they dress like butlers?
We do. They have the Beach Butler T-shirt, the Beach Butler visor.
So they're in a Beach Butler uniform, just not in a butler.
Exactly.
Okay. Kind of hot for that this time of year. But you know, what a wonderful service. I know at the Chamber we receive calls from people looking for transportation from the airport or to the airport. So you provide that service.
I do.
And what other types of services do you provide, Gail?
We also have grocery delivery, because I find that, and I've even done research on the internet where people have written in and said, you know, we love your beaches, we drive 10 to 15 hours to get there. I wish someone would provide a grocery delivery service
before they actually arrive, so that their house or condo is stocked with all the essentials that they would need for their vacation.
Exactly. So, and then some other services that we provide is like if they've forgotten something, if their children want a kite or frisbee, they can call us. We'll bring that to them. Suntan lotion, a magazine, we'll bring that to them.
Let me ask you this. Let's say that a resident, they've gone on vacation and they want to come back, but they want to come back to a stocked refrigerator or have their house cooled. Would you provide that service?
We'll do just about anything. You know, I would suggest to call and ask.
So no questions out of the ordinary, but you do have limits.
Right, sure. But the main goal is that we want the vacationers to really enjoy their vacation time and not work. And not only the vacationers, but even the locals. You know, the locals, they have a hard time going to the beach. So we want to provide whatever service we can to get them down on our beaches and to enjoy the beautiful surroundings that we have.
Well, you're taking a lot of stress out of that process, you know, because sometimes we do have a tremendous tourist season during the summer. It's hard to find parking. It's hard to lug all the stuff to the beach, so you're providing a great service, not only to the tourists, but to the residents. Let's talk about your marketing. Let's talk about Facebook, website, phone numbers, and ways that people can contact you, Gail.
First of all, I have a website, and you can contact me through beachbutler-nc.com. beachbutler-nc.com. And my email address is beachbutler.nc@gmail.com.
Okay.
And you can go on to Facebook and just put in Beach Butler in the search engine, and you'll see my business page.
And I'm sure you want people to like your service.
Oh, sure, sure. And then my phone number, you can contact me through my phone number, which is 910-473-2322.
And I wanted to ask, how long did the process take from the time you generated the idea until fruition? How long of a process was that?
Well, I've thought about the idea for about 3 years, and I kept kind of putting it off. And the more,
well, it's scary to go into business.
It is. And the more I thought about it, the more it seemed like, Gail, you've got to go out there and do it. I've even talked to people on the beaches, and everyone that I spoke with, they said, that's a good idea.
So you did research. You went and actually spoke to people on the beaches. I bet you sat there and watched them, like you said, you were people watching one day, and you asked and watched them, you know, carry all of this, the products and stuff.
I did, and then I did internet research on some of the reviews that people have written in about, you know, about the Brunswick beaches. And then I talked to other entrepreneurs about the idea, and actually, I guess it was latter part of March when I made the final decision this year to go ahead with my
So
plans.
just in March, and here you have 3 vans. You've won a nice grant. Things are going very well for you. We're very proud of you, and we always like to celebrate the success of our entrepreneurs, and especially right here in our own county. Now, where are you from originally, Gail?
Knoxville, Tennessee.
Knoxville, Tennessee. And how long have you been a resident of Brunswick County?
This is my 2nd year, and I absolutely love it.
How could you not? Is it not just the most beautiful county? We do have some of the most spectacular beaches, and everybody's wonderful here. You don't meet a stranger in Brunswick County.
That's why I enjoy my job. I meet people every day. I'm on the beach every day. I've always wanted a beach job, so to speak, and I love meeting people. And
So you get to wear shorts and T-shirts every day and drive around in the air conditioning. Now, do you drive the vans too? I mean, do you?
I drive the vans. I'll get out there. I'll carry the equipment just like the rest of my workers. I'll do whatever I can to provide that exceptional service to our vacationers and
Speaking
tourists.
of your employees, how many do you have currently?
I have 8 right now.
And of course, I'm sure your business model includes for you to expand on that. Hopefully, you'll double that and triple that over the next coming year. So we're very, very happy to have Beach Butler as part of a new business here in Brunswick County, and we want to celebrate your success. So let's talk once more about how to reach you, the phone number, and your website again.
Okay, the website is beachbutler-nc.com. The email address is beachbutler.nc@gmail.com. My phone number is 910-473-2322. Excuse me. And then the excuse me again. The Facebook business page. All you have to do is just go in the search engine and put in Beach Butler.
And is this little guy on the icon on Facebook?
He is.
He is, and this is your mascot.
He is.
And do you take him with you everywhere?
Not all the time. Sometimes he prefers to stay at home. But the reason I picked the penguin as my mascot is that I wanted something that children could identify with. I started out thinking a little chubby butler in his little butler outfit, and then I thought, well, children, they're really not going to identify with that. So I seen the penguin, and I liked him, and I want the children to say, look, Mom, the penguin. Let's call the penguin.
What a great, great idea. And I do remember hearing, though, in your business plan, you also work with real estate companies, rental companies, and will go and help load and unload luggage for people as they arrive at their destination.
Right, and they have, I want to thank all the property management associations and all the area businesses. They have really helped me a lot and promoted the business, and I can see results from it.
Gail, thank you so much for joining us, and I know we're going to learn a lot more about Beach Butler, hear a lot more about Beach Butler in years to come. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. It was a privilege.
Thank you. The Brunswick County Chamber encourages you to keep our community strong. Buy local, buy Brunswick. If you ever have questions or would like more information regarding today's topics, feel free to contact the Brunswick County Chamber at 754-6644 or visit the Chamber's website at brunswickcountychamber.org. I'm your host, Cathy Altman, and you're watching Chamber Highlights on ATMC-TV.
Chamber Highlights set is provided by Badcock Home Furniture and More, located on Main Street, Charlotte. Stop by today to find your perfect match.
This is ATMC-TV Channel 3. We bring you the best of Brunswick.